Hello everybody, welcome to part 2. We are now going to continue our work on props for my spooky Christmas decor. Okay, so I've cut out a whole bunch of Gemini stuff, and Gemini is the little app on my phone that helps me design stuff. I love Gemini. I love Gemini a lot. Oh, look at this. From Temu. These are keys to the different wards in my asylum. I as a doctor need to have keys to their rooms, so I as a doctor have keys to their rooms. So that's a prop. I glued it to a piece of cardstock because for some reason I didn't print it on cardstock, so rather than print it again, I just glued it to some cardstock, a scrap. Because yes, I'm that cheap. I am. And just to refresh memories, my theme is going to be Christmas at the private residence of a head doctor of an insane asylum. The insane asylum is called Grayson Hall Insane Asylum. And it's kind of a moody kind of decor. Not really set in Victorian times, but has that feeling. Because I do have a microwave. Look how cute that is. So it just goes around the wrist like that. I love this. I think we may even, we'll see, but we may even do a little aging with some ink. There, I love this because it looks very low tech, you know what I mean? It's not plastic like the ones they have nowadays. I think this looks really cool, actually. And yes, I know, I did go overboard on the details with my props, but it's so much fun. So much fun! Okay, this I was going to donate, but then I came up with an idea. Electric shock therapy salts. I'm gonna put this in my bathroom with some Epsom salts and a little scooper. How cute is that? Come on, that's adorable. That is adorable. I think I'm gonna age this a bit first. Goodness. There, that'll work better. Goodness. Okay. Yeah, that's better. And again, these were designed by my new friend, my new friend Gemini. I love Gemini. Love, 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 love. So many cool little props. Oops. Designed by Gemini. I just tell it what I'm thinking, and it comes up with that. That is so cool. I love this little wrist thingy. I do get excited by my props. I love my props. I love my props. Okay, let's do a little brown. Look how grungy and old that looks now. That looks good. But still got that little white bit there. Let's see what we can do about that. There. Look at that. Go on. Okay, prop done. Look how cool that looks. Okay. Here's one for arsenic. I kind of like that. Something like that. Okay. And this one's for cocaine. Let's see, what else? What else? Here's one for cocaine. Laudanum. This one is for hysteria soothol elixir. I asked Gemini just for some kind of off the wall, Victorian feel, you know, kind of medications they might have believed in back then. I really like that, so I'm going to age this one up. I'm going to use that one. And I like it on this jar. Oh, that's nice. The size is really nice for this one. Quieting syrup, that's kind of cool. Yep, I think I like that one. Gemini did a really good job aging that one up, so we don't have to do that one. I kind of like that one too. This one will age a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna wash the little hands. Set this aside. We need a neat working area. I know, I can't help it. I know. Why do you think I'm single? Let's do a little gluing. Yeah, we just do what we've done before. You guys have seen this before if you watched almost all my videos. I do use Elmer's glue a lot. Okay. See how nicely it goes on? Yep, this Elmer's glue, paper to glass, is really nice. I have started decorating for Christmas and it's looking really kind of cool. Kind of Victorian. Moody and Victorian, which is what we want. Let's do some cocaine. Ooh, that came out wrong. Usually Halloween is my favorite. This year I'm really getting into Christmas because of this whole new theme. And a lot of my excitement is all the little props that Gemini generated for me. Because look how cute that is. That is just amazing. I love this. And this label actually has Grayson Hall Asylum, Head Physician, Patient Records and Curiosities Department. I love that. Prescription, arsenic elixir. Dose, 3 to 5 drops twice daily with food. Caution, poison. For vitalizing tonic. Keep under lock and key. I love that. It says Dr. Simone Lagies, head physician. I love this. I just think this is the coolest kind of little prop for Christmas. And there we go. How cool is that? I love the size of it on this really simple glass vase. I think I got it at the dollar store years ago. I was going to donate it because it's, you know, I'm kind of into apothecary jars. Look, it says apothecary, established 1888. I love this. Okay, so that's done. Look, Manual of Lobotomy Surgeries, a textbook for the Asylum physician by Dr. Simone Lagies. Oh my God. Life and, see, it does grammatical errors, Gemini. So it should say Life of an Asylum Physician by Dr. Simone Lagies. It was close. Look, I did some note paper. I'm not good with a computer, so I could not figure out how to get this to go higher up. But I got this kind of aged parchment-looking paper from Temu. Look, it's on both sides. And I had Gemini do a little letterhead. Again, I wish I could get it to go up, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. It was not cooperating. My computer. Anyway, so yeah, that's another prop. Just some stationery from the Asylum. Love, love. This is a little wanted poster. One of the lunatics escaped. The Woodlawn Chronicles. Bedlam erupts at Grayson Hall Asylum. Patients in fierce revolt. Oh my god. Oh my god. Season's greetings from the esteemed staff of Grayson Hall Insane Asylum. And then it'll open up. May the new year bring moments of quiet reflection and measured tranquility. We trust this festive season finds you in good health and sound mind. Our thoughts, as ever, are with those seeking solace and understanding within our venerable halls. With utmost sincerity and professional regards, the attending physicians, nurses, and staff of Grayson Hall Insane Asylum. Back to the task at hand. Let's see here. How cute is that? Oh my god. Okay. That actually turned out really rather nicely. So I asked Gemini to please do brown leather with gold writing. And I think it turned out really kind of cool. And again, just a prop, but such an easy, kind of cool, effective prop, I think. Just a dollar store book, so it's $1.50, and I use these books a lot, so they don't go to waste. And yeah, totally worth it, I think. Totally worth it. Look at how cool that looks. That really turned out really smartly. So we have a couple of really cool props. Really, really cool. All right, look at these from Temu. So flippin' cute. And they will just be, I think, they're just plastic, but they look really good. I think they'll just be kind of lying around. I might have like Epsom salts in here, a little white powder kind of thing. I don't know. I was thinking about doing, making them into ornaments, you know, just gluing an eye hook and then gluing the cork in. I still might do that. It could be kind of cute. Anyway, so we'll see what we're going to do with these. I picked this up at the dollar store, and I want to make a little cage for my rats. So let's see how this will work out. But I want to do a little rusting on it. Okay, perfect. We don't need that. And this is just to change the, not the color obviously, but just the texture. I don't want it to look like shiny plastic. And I don't want to do rust all over it. So I have to address the shiny plastic somehow. So I'm just doing a little quick sloppy paint job of my black velvet paint, dollar store paint. I love this paint. Look, to me it looks like velvet. It's got a really nice finish. Okay, so then I want to do up here as well. See how shiny that is? We don't like that. I think it's worth it to do this too. Just because it seriously looks plastic. Well, because it is plastic. But we don't like that. And then we're just going to do the bottom. I have this doll. This is a prop. Well, they're all props, so I don't even know why I say that. Anyway, I I've already painted the little outfit. I just painted it black. I kind of want it to look, I did some work here. Let's do a little bit more. And I just want it to look old and grungy and a little spooky. Okay, let's see what that does. Good. The story with these sorts of props that I'm doing right now is these are Asylum patient, their property. Now we're going to put a property tag on her. Look how cute. Gemini. Patient property, patient name, ward room number, date admitted. I love this. Grayson Hall Asylum. I love this. Yeah. There. And then we'll fill that out later. I have to make up a name for a patient, or have Gemini do that. Okay, I found this at the thrift store, and I just thought it looked kind of Victorian, and I thought this would be a good little patient property prop. Cute! Okay, so there's some patient property. Okay. Okay, good. That worked out better than I thought it would. And then we'll do a little bow. And there we go. I like that. What do you think? I think that looks cool. And let's... Oh, if I did it right. I did. I did it right. So we've got our little Christmas card. Whoop. Love it. Okay. Let's do some rust. Okay. Yep. Okay, good. Good. Look at that. That looks kind of cool. That looks pretty cool. Okay. Good, 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 good. All right, and then we'll do a little on the other side. That looks pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, so this is going to be for some rats, for my lab rats. I love this. Okay, so we'll let that dry. I have this very cool hat box. So I'm going to cover the hat box. $6.50 from the thrift store. I'm just going to use brown paper bags that I get from the my grocery delivery. I found a pair of these really cool planters. Look how cool. At the thrift store. And they are the perfect size for a couple of little Christmas trees I have. $6 each. But I don't do copper. And these are painted copper. With a copper finish. So I'm just going to give them a quick dry brush of black, and then we'll probably do a little bit of gold over here. And then, look at that. How cute is that? Okay, so we got our planters painted black, and I do like just a little bit showing here, so I think I'm going to do a little rub and buff, gold rub and buff, and we'll see if we can't make it look just a little better. There we go. I feel like the gold is a little strong, so I'm going to try just doing a little black and see what happens. Just to tone it down. Yeah, I think that's better. What do you think? Yep. Totally agree. Let's put on our little, look, this is supposed to be like an antique brass plaque, metal plaque. And I'm going to put that there. Look how cool. So we're just going to use our favorite Elmer's glue. And this pair of planters will get a pair of mini Christmas trees from IKEA that I got a few years ago. Okay, I'm just gonna sign my card here. I aged it up just a little bit. I did a little gold on the season's greetings. There. I tried to do it a little fancy like they did back in the day. I'm not very good at that. Anyway, okay, prop done, prop done. I thought I would just show you these real quick. I had these frames. These are from the the thrift store. And they're just cheap little frames, but I thought they were kind of cool because they're gold and metal and vintage looking. And these are just postcards that I put in. So they're gonna be my family. And then this little one is a Temu frame that I antiqued up a bit. And I just put in, you know, I'm performing surgery there apparently. That's me. Okay, props done. I just wanted to show you this. It's another specimen. Look how cute. These are rat brains. Got them at Temu. Or from Temu, not at Temu, from Temu. And I accidentally ordered 2 sets. You get a pair of them. So let's see if I can't get They're so cool. They're squishy. Let's see if I can't get another one in here. There. I've got 3 in there. So cool. And then I'll just have this one there. Something like that. Okay, here's another prop. Here is the lid to the hat box. So I just covered it in paper bags, just glued it on with Elmer's glue. And then I had Gemini make up these labels for me from Saks Fifth Avenue. And so I'll address this one to Dr. Simone Lagies, Grayson Hall Insane Asylum. Whoop. Okay, let's do a little aging here. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, see, that looks really cool. With all the creases, that looks really cool. That looks really cool. Let's see what the top looks like when I do it. So cool! The creases just grab the ink. Just trying to do it not really heavy-handed, but just enough that it looks like it's, you know, been through the mail in dirty old Victorian times. At least that's what I imagine. And this one has, Gemini did a wax seal, so I think I'll do a real wax seal. And I just imagine that back in the day, things were handled much more than they are nowadays. Everything I imagine nowadays is done by machines. And I imagine back in the day, it was all handled by hand. And maybe they were dirty hands. And maybe they were taken on horse-drawn carriage, you know, on dirty back streets. I have this little mouse here, skeleton, or rat skeleton. It came in this from the dollar store, $4.25. And it was broken, but that's okay, because I thought we might put it in here. Let's see what it looks like. So I thought I would just plunk them in here. We'll see what looks best. And then the little rat tail. What do you think? I think that looks kind of cool. I like it. That is my little display for this little cage. My little prop. Because as a doctor, I do have rats around that I like to experiment on. You know, for the good of medicine. Let's put some bigger rats in here. Look at these rats. Are they not the best rats ever? Dollar store. I can't remember. I think they were like $4 each, something like that. But they are so good. I love these rats. I did get quite a few of them. Okay, so let's see what looks good. I'm thinking like one kind of crawling up the side. There. And then I'm thinking one just like that. Oh, that looks perfect. I love that. That looks perfect. Prop done. Here's my Phantom of the Opera playbill. I'll show you where we're going to put this. And these are just some patient records. So I'm going to put together some little paperwork for my little patients. And this will go in somebody's file. Maybe I'll do a little writing on there. And that's just a wanted poster. And I did some, look how cool that looks. I love this wax seals. So I did some wax seals on some of them. And that's that. And then, look, I figured out how to get it up. I figured it out. Oh my God. And here is just another little letterhead that I did. Just playing around. And then I made a little tiny booklet. Not quite done with it. I think I might do a little gold around it, a little gold pen around it. Kind of spruce it up just a little bit. Yep, just for fun. And then I made another apothecary bottle. Lobotomy serum. I love it. So I might age this up a little bit. And then it's going to go with the other bottle. So I'll show you where that goes. Here's my hat box. Look how nice it turned out. See, I did a little wax seal on it too. And I addressed it. I think it turned out so cute. Look at that. Just paper bags. Whoop. I think it turned out really, really cool. Really cool. And I was able to save the original little cord. That's the one that came with it. So that's just probably going to stay pretty much right there. Love it. Little prop. Prop done. Okay, and here is where I would like to put my Phantom of the Opera playbill. Because I, as a doctor, am very cultured, so I go to the opera. There. Oh dear, I am getting carried away with the props, eh? Okay. Okay, I am going to put my rat cage here where I usually keep my bell. I made this years ago. It's just a thrift store bell that I did a rust treatment on. Anyway, so I'm going to take it down and we're going to put up my rats. Hang on. Okay, I've got my rats. Let's put it up. Look how cute. Okay, prop done.